The first of a South Coast double bill at Bournemouth in League and Cup, 7 days apart. Wolves unbeaten in all 4 Premier League visits to the Vitality Stadium, though the Cherries have won 3 of the last 4 meetings in total, including that thumping 4-2 win at Molineux in November that saw a Premier League first hat-trick of penalties for Justin Cliver. The home side are amongst the most in form in the country, losing just 1 of 13, the only loss against Liverpool. Vitor Pereira's side will be looking to put their own Reds' defeat to one side and re-find the performance that was so impressive against Aston Villa. Pereira makes 3 changes from the side that started at Anfield last weekend. There's no Emmanuel Agbadou and Gonzalo Guedes through injury. Pablo Sarabia drops to be amongst the substitutes. In comes Santi Bueno, Jean-Michel Bellegarde, and a first start for Marshal Menezes. Bournemouth make 2 changes from the side that won the derby with Southampton. Adams and Brooks drop out. Hill and Tavernier come in. Wolves have Jose Sarr in goal. A back 3 of Matt Doherty, Santi Bueno and Totti. Nelson Semedo and Reine Nuri, the wing-backs. The Brazilian central midfield pairing of Andre and João Gomes, with Jean-Michel Bellegarde and Mateus Cunha being supported by Marshal Menezes. For Bournemouth, they've got Kepa in goal, James Hill, Ilya Zabani, Dean Howson and Milos Kerkez, Lewis Cook and Ryan Christie in the midfield too, Marcus Tavernier and Anton Semenyo, with Justin Cliver supporting Dango Ouattara up top. The respective benches, Will Dennis is the backup keeper for the home team. David Brooks, Alex Scott, Evan Nilsson, Tyler Adams, Luis Sinisterra, Julio Soler, Daniel Jefferson and Ben Winterburn. Wolves with Sam Johnston back amongst the substitutes. Boubacar Traore, a welcome return for Jorgen Strand Larsen, having missed the last 3. Tommy Doyle, Pablo Sarabia, Carlos Forbes, Nasser Jiga, Pedro Lima and Alfie Pond. It's the sunny South Coast, Bournemouth against Wolves. I'm Mikey Burrows, and alongside me here with the Vitality is the Hall of Famer, Andy Thompson.
Yes, on the back of that defeat against Liverpool last week and the performance in that second half, I think that everybody's going to be expecting that kind of performance, what we had in that second half, and hopefully today they can put it all together throughout the 90 minutes. Tough game, tough fixture. Can we get the right result?
Well, there are few tougher in the Premier League right now. Wolves breaking away from their pre-match huddle, dressed all in gold once more. Bournemouth in their red and black striped shirts, black shorts and black socks with a red trim. So the Wolves supporters over in the East Stand on the far side from us. Wolves are defending the end closest to that. It's the Colmar McDougall South Stand. Attacking the Vitality Steve Fletcher North Stand. And we're in the C4L main stand just to the right of the dugouts. And we are underway. Bournemouth getting us started. Wolves playing from right to left. And as we look at it, it's opposite to the camera side here at the Vitality Stadium. So you might spot us on camera at some point. As Totti slips, and that's going to allow Tavernier to get onto it down the right-hand side. Across came Bueno to put it out of play.
Yes, and straight away Bournemouth, so look, they've just gone 4 up against our back line as well. So it just shows you the confidence, what they've got. Well, it looks like it's going to be a long throw coming in from this right-hand side from Hill. But straight away, that slip's not great for Totti. All of a sudden, it's just give us an opportunity for them to put the ball in the box.
Long throw in, bounces awkwardly and just about cleared away by João Gomes. Milos Kerkez will go and retrieve it inside the centre circle and look to lift it out to the Bournemouth right, but Reine Nuri got a shout to let it go for the throw.
Yeah, straight away you can see what kind of game they want to play with what they're up against us as well. Sticking 4 straight up against us. And they've just got that kind of swagger about themselves, haven't they? Where they've got that ability to go and win games just with the way they're playing.
Bellegarde carries it to halfway, finds Cunha. Infield to João Gomez, didn't really want it in that situation. It will find its way to Semenyo, who rather stood on the ball. Andre can't get the clearance away. There's Tavernier on the right-hand side, cutting infield on his left foot and curling a shot, which is palmed down and claimed by Jose Sarr.
Yeah, it's palmed down, but too easy for him to have the shot coming inside. But that's 2 or 3 players already in this first couple of minutes that have slipped or lost the footing. João Gomez coming on there, Ait Nouri, Bellegarde and Totti. So look, I don't know what's wrong with the boots, but they should have done that during the warm-up to find out what the surface is going to be like.
Well, we are just about 2 minutes into the game. Bournemouth 0, Wolves 0. Kick out towards Cunha from Sarr, intercepted by Cook, who looks to get a cross in from the right-hand side, chested down by Andre, cleared away by João Gomez. Kirkes will pick up on it on the left-hand side, midway between the touchline and the centre circle, back into his own half to Howson.
I'm very surprised Sarr's had a touch on that one, considering what happened at home with against about how quickly they closed him down, because he never put his foot through it. Don't mess around with it. You learn your lessons with the way that you play. Don't take any risks, because he got caught for 2 penalties against us at the Molineux.
Well, he's had a long kick forwards that's gone out of play for a throw. There is Andre. João Gomez out on the left-hand touchline, trying to flick it back in field, but it's cleared as far as Cliver. He's played it down the line for Tavernier. Tavernier tried to go past Santi Breno and is brought down. It's a free kick, only 5 yards from the corner of the penalty area.
That's come from us not tracking runners again. Tavernier going down this right-hand side, Ait Nouri.
Oh, a yellow card for Santi Breno. Michael Salisbury not impressed.
Well, yeah, he's left his leg there, hasn't he? Tavernier. But again, it's just little things like that which just allow the team to put the pressure on you.
Yeah, 4 minutes in and your central defender is now on a yellow card. Walking that tightrope. So if last weekend is anything to go by, you're allowed at least 1 smash and you're okay. Let it go, Mikey, let it go.
Leave it.
Let it go. Free kick then. Cook and Tavernier stood over it. Tavernier left-footed in-swinger, headed away by Ait Nouri. Kirkes will pick up on it on the left-hand side for Bournemouth, right on the touchline, delivers a deep, inviting cross towards the far post, headed back across and cleared away in the end by Totti, right-footed to the halfway line.
Yeah, this is where you've got to have a little bit of composure on your play. At the minute, they're just being pinned back by Bournemouth. It's got to be a little bit sharp like them. They're sharp to everything at the minute.
Christie back for Zabanyi. Out to Hill, the right back. And a miscontrol by Tavernier will be a Wolves throw and a chance to ease a bit of pressure.
Yeah, but that was better. Better closing down. Sharper onto them, which forced Bournemouth into an error. And that's what you've got to do throughout the game.
Ait Nouri right down in front of us. Only about 10 rows in front of us. Got players making a movement towards him, went long and over the top of Menezzi. And Zabanyi will go all the way back to Kepa. Say Vitor Pereira said, don't say that Menezzi is playing as a false 9. I won't, because it looks like he's just a genuine 9 at this stage.
I just say there's no false 9 about it. He's playing like a 9.
Cleared up towards halfway. Bueno going in strongly on Watana. Andre coming away with the ball, but risky pass across the centre circle. Pounced on by Tavernier. The left-hand side to Semenyo, just inside the penalty area. Semenyo looking to run at Doherty and eventually fired across him, which was turned behind by Jose Sarr at the near post.
But again, self-inflicted. So like giving away the ball. If you're not sure, just put it behind them and get after it for the Menezzi, just to get after it. Putting ourselves in a lot of trouble through playing those little square balls, which you know for a fact that Bournemouth are going to be sharp onto them.
We are 6 minutes in. Corner left-footed from the left-hand side. Tavernier delivers low. Menezzi sends it back out to the taker, who controls on the chest and tries to go past Menezzi. He's managed to skip away from him. Low one in towards the near post. Sarr spilt it, but Santi Bueno was there to hook it away.
Well, we're hanging on at the minute by the look of this. So we just cannot get hold of the ball at all. Bournemouth is just swarming. Again, I'm just looking at their formation. They're sticking 4 lads right on our back line.
Long ball forwards towards Cliver, and Semedo just gave him a nudge and sees it all the way through. As we approach the 7-minute mark, we were on the verge of being 2-1 down at this stage at Molineux in November. Such was the dramatically quick start.
Well,
Bournemouth have started this one strongly as well.
I was just going to say to you, I think the Bournemouth have started it very sharp. So we haven't really got into their half at all yet. Was it 7 minutes gone? And like I said, we've been nowhere near their half at the minute. We just need somebody just to steady us down. There we go.
Well, the kick bounced over the top of Kirkes and then over the top of Semedo as well.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, wasn't it? Kirkes just thought he had it, and he didn't, and he's bounced over Semedo as well. So it's unfortunate.
Big long ball forwards by Howson's going to go straight out of play into the Wolves fans.
Yeah, they like that. They like to mix it up, don't they? I know they're a good passing side, but they do go direct sometimes. That's where you've got to be careful. I think the first goal at the Molineux come from that, where we got caught with just a straight ball. Got to be switched on, because they're taking risks by putting their 4 lads up against our back line.
I think I'm right in saying Lamina was playing as one of the back 3 in that game. Here come Wolves driving over the halfway line. Semedo cutting in field on the edge of the penalty area, opens out for a left-footed shot, and does that come off the post? The follow-up from Bellegarde is brilliantly saved, and then Howson, with a clearing header, manages to get the ball away. First real attack that Wolves have mustered, and 2 very good efforts came from it.
Well, he's either had a very strong head, Kepa, or it's come off the post. It was difficult to see from this angle. Yeah, what to say? Great play. So that's the first bit of play we've had down this right-hand side for Wolves. Semedo cutting inside onto his left foot. Oh, yes, hit the post. Oh, good following up, Bellegarde. Got up quick, Kepa, though. Yeah, unlucky. Oh.
Yeah, it's an excellent save to deny Jean-Ringa Bellegarde, who I don't think could do much more on that follow-up.
Yeah, good play. And that's what they've got to do more of. That's what they've got to do to try and get this Bournemouth side backing off on them.
Wolves free kick that Cunha's going to launch towards the edge of the penalty area. Headed away by Ouattara. Cliver trying to get to it on the Bournemouth left, and that came off Aït-Nouri and will be a throw. Yeah, just looking at the team from that game at Molineux in November, it was that Lamina played centre half.
Was that after the Fulham game, was it?
Yeah. An odd one. Bellegarde trying to get away from Christie, out 10 yards inside the Bournemouth half on the right-hand touchline. Twisting and turning. Seems a completely rejuvenated player in the last month or so.
It looks totally different, doesn't it? It's amazing what that confidence does for you.
Oh, not a good pass by Totti. Tavernier on for Ouattara. João Gomez gets back to him. Needs some support. Totti for Aït-Nouri. Oh, lovely drop of the shoulder from Aït-Nouri and dragged back by Hill.
Well, is that going to be a booking then? Because he just booked Santi for something similar to that.
The answer is no.
No. There's that consistency thing again, isn't it? But they show the sparks of what they can do anyway, Wolves. Just don't be silly with the passing and give away some little basic balls, which has cost us a little bit with it. He started well, though, Bellegarde.
Yeah, Bellegarde shoved over by Howson. Wolves free kick. Doherty wants to take it quickly to Look to get Cunha in, and he has done. Cunha down the right-hand side, just being held up by Sabani. Right-hand side of the box, twisting and turning himself back onto his left foot. Low pull back, Ain't Nuri controls it, trying to wriggle his way through, shooting right-footed, and it's blocked. Comes out of the penalty area to Cunha. Cunha to Ain't Nuri, back to Cunha again. Lines up for a left-footed curling effort and tipped away by Kepa, flying to his right-hand side. Tavernier is going to be dispossessed by Menezzi, who wins Wolves a free kick, and this is a much better spell now, 11 and a half minutes into the game.
Well played. The best form of defence is our attack, and just showing you that with this 5-minute spell, what they've had. They've definitely put Bournemouth on the heels a little bit, and they've caused them problems. What's that, 3 efforts of goal as well?
Similar position to where he scored from at Anfield last weekend, Mateus Cunha. Kepa got there. It was nice height on the bounce for him in the end. It's Cunha and Ain't Nuri stood over the free kick, a yard in from the left-hand touchline. Not far from being level with the edge of the 18-yard box. Cunha, right-footed in swinger towards the near post. Oh, and headed over the top by Totti, who made a good late run, and he was, 6 yards out?
If anything, he got too much on him. It's not like you just wanted him to have a little glancing header there, or just catch it a little bit, but he caught full of it and said it straight after. But good ball in from Cunha. Now they've just shown that all of a sudden Bournemouth has just took a backward step because Wolves have been on the front foot, and that's what they've got to do. They've got to try and get that defence or the back line of Bournemouth just backing off.
Menezzi with a good interception on halfway. That's going to be a Wolves throw. Cunha being blocked off, and that's going to be a Bournemouth throw midway inside their own half. We've played 13 minutes at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth 0, Wolves 0. A good couple of early opportunities for Wolves, having ridden their luck a little bit in the opening 5 minutes or so.
But I'm glad that they're just saying that there's 2 teams in this game, rather than as it started, that it just looked like Bournemouth was just going to swarm all over us. And all of a sudden, it's just put Bournemouth, or just let them drop another 5-10 yards, knowing that they could get caught.
Vitor Pereira just crouching on the edge of his technical area, down to our left-hand side.
If I did that, I would never get back up, mate.
You and me both, my friend.
Yeah.
Sarr with a big kick downfield. One in the air by Sabani over the top of Menezzi. João Gomez on halfway. That's the left-hand side to Ain't Nuri. Go back into his own half to Totti. Totti was closed down quickly by Tavernier, so goes to Jose Sarr. Passed out short to Santi Bueno. Bellegarde did well to take that under pressure and hold off the challenge from Howson and win the free kick.
Well played. Well played from Bellegarde again. Because he had the player, the Bournemouth player was all over him.
Cunha, he's lost possession inside the Wolves half. Semenyo running away from Cunha, up to the edge of the box. Good foot in by Santi. Menezzi's back there to help, and João Gomez can find Andre 10 yards outside his own penalty area. Andre trying to hold off Tavernier. Looking for João Gomez, but a toe in by Kluivert. They are on you in a flash, Bournemouth.
Yeah, they are, and that's what you've got to do. You've got to match them.
Pass on towards Kirkes' run, but he's going to run out of space. Tracked by Semedo, goal kick.
Well, Vitor just in front of us here is absolutely fuming, because that he'll look at that and just say it's a simple ball that shouldn't be lost in that midfield area. And he's right in the way. They're the ones that you can't afford to lose. Because as you saw there, Bournemouth, all of a sudden, is straight at your back line. I think it was Semedo down that right-hand side, who defended really well.
Cunha's having a right old moan up with Michael Salisbury, the referee. He's still grumbling. Going to try and get on the end of this kick from Jose Sarr. Headed forwards by Hill. On again by Tavernier. Hooked on by Ouattara. Oh, Doherty's missed it. It comes through to Semenyo. Onto Kluivert. Good save by Jose Sarr. Ball comes out to Semenyo. Left-hand side of the penalty area. Going towards the byline. Doherty makes amends and turns it behind for the corner.
I don't know what happened there for Doherty. It just looked like a simple chance that he could have got the ball.
Just a bit off balance, maybe.
Yeah, because it wasn't with any real pace, but a good save from Sarr.
Saar made himself big without committing himself to the dive and risking Clivert knocking it past him.
Yeah. He didn't come out to challenge him, did he? He just waited for him to take the shot and just spread himself really well.
It'll be an in-swinging right-footed corner from the left-hand side towards the near post, headed away by Santi, put back in by Christie, but harmlessly behind for a goal kick. Rob says, hope you're both enjoying your day at the seaside in the sunshine. Our players have started as if they brought their buckets and spades. Rocking chair Dave says, afraid all I have for this game is a slim chance for a draw due to the loss of Agbadou and the amazing form Bournemouth are in. Let's see if we can prove all the pundits wrong.
No, but we've had probably the better chances of the game so far. Had 3 efforts at goal.
Manetzi with a flick on. Hill to bring it down under control and find Howson. He's going to look to try and play it long. Finds its way to Semenyo. 20 yards from goal. Semenyo going to run at Doherty. We'll pull the ball back. Kirkes infield to Howson, middle of the Wolves half. Back to the centre circle edge of it for Zabani. To his right hand side to the right back, Hill. Looks to swing in a low cross. Santi clears it from the edge of the penalty area. Manetzi goes into challenge. The ball drops to Christie. Howson finding Kirkes, allowed to turn and play it out to the left-hand side to Semenyo once more. Cutting infield, a right-footed cross. João Gomez clears from the edge of the area. Bellegarde got a good touch to Manetzi, who got it back to Bellegarde, who sets off at speed over the halfway line. Only Cunha up with him for the time being. Bellegarde out on the right-hand side. João Gomez getting up there as well. The cross whipped in. Howson's touch sends it back out to Sabani. And he will use Lewis Cook to try and clear. Again, it was positive intent from Jean-Ric Bellegarde.
Yeah, it is. And he's done well, to be fair.
Jose Sarr coming out of his goal and slicing his clearance out of play for a throw.
Yeah, I don't care, but it was good positioning for him from Sarr. Just in case that through ball was coming through.
Christie to Cook, midway inside the Wolves half. Out to the right side to Tavernier. Back to Cook, now with Zabani. For Howson. Wide out to the left-hand side. For Kirkes. It's a bit short of being level with the edge of the box and showed too much of it to Semedo and then fouled him.
Yeah, he's going to do well to beat Semedo 1 versus 1, I would think. Kirkes, I think that Semedo's one of the things that he's improved over the last year or so. He's been that one versus 1 defending, because we know he's quick.
David Roll says finally above freezing in Gallatin, Missouri. So with the temperatures up, our Wolves will be hot today and going for a 2-0 win. I say neither Tomo and I have got the blankets out today, and we're in the shade.
Not yet.
It's a nice day here on the South Coast. Tavernier on halfway. Good challenge by Totti. Throw in right in front of Andoni Iraola. Quick long throw. Santi will have to turn and play an awkward one back to Jose Sarr. Hurtado was closing in. Christie intercepting the clearance. Here's Ouattara, left-hand side of the box. Low cross deflected into the arms of Sarr.
Was it 20 minutes gone? And okay, they say we give away a little bit of possessions occasionally, but I think generally, we've done all right.
Oh, what a good kick out by Sarr. Controlled on the chest by Cunha. Manetzi carrying it over the halfway line. Was looking for a reverse pass to Cunha. I don't think was on the same wavelength there.
No, he wasn't expecting it, was he? You could see that Manetzi was looking for him.
Tavernier being forced backwards, first by Totti and then Nuri. Zabani just evades Manetzi and then switches the play for Kirkes. Heavy touch and was closed down by Bellegarde. Christie takes it on over halfway out to the left-hand side for Semenyo. Shown infield by Semedo. Semenyo lost his footing and had to go backwards to Kirkes. Howson out to Hill on the Bournemouth right. Midway inside the Wolves half. Tavernier just to his right. Wants to leave it for him, but sending him backwards. Cook back to Zabani. Low across the centre circle on halfway to Howson. Brings the ball forwards to the midway point of the Wolves half and out to the left-hand touchline to Kirkes. Back again for Howson. Trying to lift it forwards towards the edge of the penalty area for the run of Christie. Santi Bueno got his head to it, and Semedo clears into the feet of Manetzi. Now for Andre, who's trying to spot the movement of Cunha. Cunha grabs hold of it, just about evaded the sliding challenge of Howson. He gets towards the edge of the box and eventually runs into the challenge of Kirkes and gets the free kick right on the edge of the area here, Tomo.
I want to see if it's on the line. So look, it was very close. He's booked him as well. It's difficult to see the line from here, isn't it? That's another angle of it. No, it's just outside, isn't it?
Just outside Milos Kirkes' challenge, and he kind of landed on the line.
I'll give him a penalty. Yeah, it wasn't issue either.
So this is maybe suits the left foot of Rene Nuri, but Mateus Cunha is very much interested.
I think there's only one hit in this.
Kepa trying to line up his wall. He's got 4 in it, and I think 1 preparing to lie down behind it. Or maybe not. Lewis Cook is asking, am I the draft excluder or not? Wolves have put Manetzi, Totti, and João Gomez in the penalty area, and Santi just to the side of the wall, just to try and block Kepa's view some more. 4 in the wall and Cook lying down behind it. Midway point of the first half. Whistle blown. It's Cunha. Oh, over the top. Curling, not quite dipping enough.
No, I think the keeper knew that as well, Kepa. He didn't seem troubled by it anyway. He's seen it. Yeah, it's quite a bit over, to be fair. Yeah, but he didn't seem concerned at all about it, Kepa. But I agree with you. I think that the left footer suited them, but there was only going to be one person who's taking that in front of goal.
I'm saying there was one late on at Anfield as well, wasn't there, when Tommy Doyle took it off Ait Nouri and hit the wall. Ryan maybe feeling, come on guys, this is my area, let me have a go. I'm the only proper left footer in the team, let me hit it. Doherty with a powerful header forwards. Manetzi's pass back to halfway, took a little deflection, but Cunha's going to nip in here. He's had the ball taken away from him by Cook. And here comes Hill, driving Bournemouth forwards down their right-hand side. Tavernier taking it on. Back in field to Cliver. Tavernier again, a couple of yards in from the right-hand touchline. A switch for Howson, who sends it back out to the right-hand side. And Hill has just about kept that in.
Oh, so lucky there. Could have gone absolutely anywhere, that ball.
Hill's throw down the right-hand side. Watana, foot in by Totti, goal kick.
Good defending from Totti. But Arizello thinks that he's got a corner out of that, but no. Good defending from Totti.
I say it's been a while since Rene Nuri has been on the score sheet. He got one in the FA Cup tie, but in terms of the Premier League, it was the 2-2 draw away at Brighton in October, the last time he found the back of the net. A Premier League match. A little bit overdue, perhaps. In the meantime, Wolves have got defending to do. Watana, left-hand side of the box. Good strength by Santi Bueno. Muscled him out of it, goal kick.
Brilliant defending from him. Just this little area in the middle of midfield, and I think the Wolves players are moaning about it, saying it should have been a free kick. But he hasn't really given us anything at the moment, this referee.
Well, there is one goal elsewhere in the 3 o'clock kickoffs. It has come at Portman Road. Ipswich 0, Tottenham 1. Oh, Totti stood on the ball and presented it to Watana. Just on the right-hand corner of the box. Left-footed pass into the area. Christie's shot. Brilliant block by Doherty. Fans are screaming for a handball.
But again, that's come from us making a mistake. They've got to try and limit these mistakes, especially in those areas. Say Totti kind of stalled, didn't he? Still waiting for the ball.
Semedo trying to get a foot in. Kirkes for Howson. Back to Kirkes. Bournemouth just inside the Wolves half. Christie puts to Sabani. I say Matt Doherty, whether it did hit his arm or not, he was sliding in, so it's highly unlikely to be given against him.
Well done again.
Doherty muscles out.
Well
defended. Semenyo for the goal kick.
Well, they've done that quite a few times, the two central defenders, Santi Bueno and Doherty, just edging the Bournemouth players out of it.
See the replay on our screens now. No, it hits him on the inside of his leg, Matt Doherty. It's an excellent bit of defending. Kind of hits his arm on the way down, but it's come off his leg and his arm's going down to stabilise himself. Here's Bellegarde, midway inside the Bournemouth half. Menezzi making a movement to his right. He was just blocked off by Hill, who comes away with the ball. (2-0) now for Tottenham. Brennan Johnson with second goal of the game. Brighton lead 1-0 at Southampton. João Pedro with a goal there. Of course, it finished Everton 2, Man United 2. Big late turnaround for United.
Well, watching that first half, you would never have believed it was going to get themselves back into it, would you?
Kind of technically one of the relegation rivals now, I would suggest. That was a rash challenge by Sabani on Ait Nouri.
I think he's gone over the top. I think that's what the Wolves players are moaning about. He's
Yellow
only got a yellow
card.
card, but he's gone over the top on him. So I think he missed the ball. Sabani, so look, we're just looking here.
Oh, hang on.
He's gone over the top of the ball on it, hasn't he?
That might be an interesting one for VAR.
Oh,
over the top of the ball
and
catches Rain Ait Nouri.
Oh, it's caught him on right on his ankle. Well, that's going to be a sore one. I'll be wondering if the VAR are looking at it. Because he's gone off the floor with his foot, hasn't he?
I've not got anything on my monitor just yet. Or on the Premier League match manager system that we have. So,
yeah, he's going to look at it.
Yeah, he's going to go and look.
He's going to look at it.
It's whether they deem how much...
He's gone over the top on the ball.
How reckless this is.
Well, he's gone high.
Familiar Sabani.
His foot off the floor is on his ankle is the problem for me.
He's at the screen now, being shown a still of it from quite a wide angle, checking the possible red card for serious foul play. There was a sending off in this fixture last season. Lewis Cook was the man who went.
I think he'll do well to stay on for me. You tell why his left foot's gone up there. Look at his
kind of
foot.
Hits the top of the ball. Kind of goes over the top of the ball and kind of bounces off the ball and catches Ait Nouri.
But you know as good as me, so look, it's anything over the top nowadays. So he's going
to
here
he comes.
Here he comes with his decision.
He's calling Zabani to him.
He's going to take the yellow.
He's going to go.
He's going.
Yep, red card. Zabani's gone. Bournemouth are down to 10 men. The VAR review. Michael Salisbury, sent to the screen by Stuart Atwell, having watched the replays, has decided that is serious foul play.
It's his side, how he's put his, again, Bournemouth players like Arsenal did the other week, surrounding the referee. can't do it. You cannot bring your foot off the floor. He's gone over on his ankle.
So a real opportunity for Wolves to play against 10. Nuri will hobble back onto the field. Cunha deep in discussion with Lewis Cook, as he just was with Andoni Iraola a minute ago.
Well, I want him to
Suggest you leave them alone,
well,
Mateus.
the thing is, I won't even talk to him. At the end of the day, just leave it. Just get on with the game yourself. He's still talking to him now. Just get on with it.
So here comes Nuri down the left-hand side. Nuri lifts his cross in. The header comes to the edge of the box. João Gomez can't quite find room to shoot. Trying to lift it towards Semedo right inside the box and away by Kirkes.
Well, I'm hoping that we can take advantage of this now.
So Hill has gone inside to play centre-half and Cook has gone back to play right-back with Tavernier in the centre of midfield with Christie. That's how they've reorganised. Totti does well to work it out to the left-hand side to Nuri. Nuri trying to run on the outside of Christie. Low cross in towards the near post. Menezes was nearly there. There's a handball being given against Menezes, I think.
Well, I'm hoping this referee are going to be one of these that has made a decision. He's sent somebody off that he's tried and levelled this up a little bit. I'm hoping that he's not going to be giving every decision to Bournemouth just because they appeal for it. We had a little bit of that at Arsenal, didn't we? So he's probably gone a tough time and thought that we shouldn't have sent him off, but you made a decision. We shouldn't have to pay for it.
Doherty trying to play it forwards. It's going to be lifted on by Christie. Ouattara, left-hand side of the penalty, gets his strike away and Sarr palms it behind for the corner, flying to his right-hand side.
And the other side of the coin as well, somebody's got to make sure we're picking up. So one straight ball again there. It's a good save from Sarr there.
So a corner right-footed from the left-hand side. Cliver to take it. High delivery and it was won by a Bournemouth head. I think Hill, but it goes harmlessly over the top of the crossbar for a goal kick. Big hello to Liam Price and the boys from Wolverhampton on tour in the USA. Listening live on the way to their next show in New Jersey. All tuned in. Good to have you with us, boys. Hope you're all right. I was reminiscing about Liam last night. He played at my wedding. Amazing band they are.
Played at my son's wedding as well.
Yeah.
And I've seen him a few times since then as well, so he's done well for himself.
Vast majority of the Wolfpack Howlers. High ball forwards. Ouattara's missed control will go through to Jose Sarr. He's got a great voice, Liam. Does a bit of country singing as well. You like that? You into country music?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've heard him doing Luke Combs. So that's what he does. So, yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, you love a bit of a cowboy hat, a Stetson and a...
Yeah, Michael.
And a boot. There's Bellegarde, midway inside the Bournemouth half. Did well to work it to Cunha. Cunha carrying it forwards. Looking to his right-hand side to Semedo, just outside the box. Helped on to João Gomez, right-hand side of it, but back to goal. Semedo will try and clip across. In it comes to Cunha. He finds the back of the net. Brilliant finish from Mateus Cunha. Had to get it out of his feet and then finds the top corner. For the fourth game in a row, Mateus Cunha finds the back of the net. It's Bournemouth 0, Wolves 1.
Yeah, again, a little bit of play up the top end of the pitch. Keeping the ball. I thought it had broke down at one stage, but they were able just to get that ball threaded through. And Cunha got it under his feet a little bit, but his next one put it straight into the net. Just watching that build-up again. Gomez, Semedo with a little ball in. Oh.
It's a gift, isn't it?
It is. None of their centre-halves who... Yeah, they've just left it. They've just left it thinking that somebody else is going to deal with it. And it's just fell straight into Cunha. It's a great finish, though. And look, anything in front of goal, we know what he can do. Well, they've just called all the players over. All Bournemouth this is just called all their players over to the manager, and he wants them just to change tactically, I think.
4 in 4. And I tell you, when you see this goal back, it's stuck underneath his feet, and he has to lift it because Kepa is diving out towards him. It's a really clever finish from Mateus.
Well, this is goal scorer's goal, isn't it? Because he's got it stuck under his feet. It's not out of his feet. The keeper's coming towards him, but doesn't panic. Just takes it easy and just puts it right into the roof of the net.
Cliver challenging with Santi. Wall's going to get the free kick, and Michael Salisbury may need an escort to get off the pitch at half time.
It was foul. Look, he's got his body in between the ball and the player, Santi has, and he's fouled him. They're going to start surrendering the referee all the time, Bournemouth, by the look of it, because that's the second time. The first time,
he has an initial nudge at him, and then he kind of jumps on his back.
Yeah, it's a foul. He ain't got a clue where the ball is, but he's just gone through the back of him.
So Wolves with a goal advantage and a player advantage as we head towards the final 7 minutes of the first half. Semedo with a throw, midway inside the Bournemouth half on the Wolves' right-hand side. Looking to throw it down the line for the run of Manetzi, who couldn't quite control it by the corner flag, trying to take it on the turn, and it skipped up off the surface and bounced over his thigh, and on a play for a goal kick. Here's Semenyo, just short of halfway. Bring it wide for Ouattara. So when you've got a front three of Cliver, Semenyo and Ouattara, they are going to change positions and they are going to ask questions of you.
I'm just still watching the Bournemouth players, and they're still being brave and they're pushing 4 up against our back line still. So even though they've lost one of their central defenders, they're still pushing him up there.
Pass forward's going to find some space for Ouattara. On for the run of Kirkes. Cross blocked off by Santi. Comes back to Ouattara, left-hand side of the box, and his cross hits the back of Totti. He threw his body in the way.
Great block, and that's what you're going to do. But I'm hoping that we're not just going to get caught here, because they're still being brave with a 4 up against them. We've just got to make sure we're set up as we were when they had the 11. We've got that extra man either in midfield or up front, but we still make sure we do our job and defend. A clean sheet wins you the game.
Hill out to the right side to Cook, back to Hill on halfway, midway between the touchline and the centre circle, all the way back to Kepa. There's a couple of yards outside the D of his penalty area, looks to switch it, and Semedo will head it back over halfway. Bellegarde brings it into his half and finds Doherty, all the way back to Sarr. Totti pulling wide to his left and gets possession of it now. Everybody was a bit too far forwards as Wolves are trying to keep 4, at least, or 5 stretched across the back line of Bournemouth. Doherty trying to switch it to Totti, gives it out of play for a throw.
Again, a square ball, getting us in trouble. Look forward.
Cook's cross, deflected off Aït-Nouri, and Santi takes it off Cliver. Manetzi trying to hold it up on the turn. Will be easily collected by Cook. Hill into the centre circle to Howson.
Well, at the minute, they're still looking sharp, aren't they? And that's what they've got to make sure they try and do, is compete with them and utilise that extra player that we've got.
Cook on the right-hand side, closed down by Aït-Nouri. Ball goes infield to Tavernier. Into the centre circle for Howson. Trying to work it out to the left-hand side, but Kirkes and Ouattara left it for each other. Wolves throw.
There you go. So, look, if you do your job and make it difficult for them to find it, you can force them into errors, but you've got to make sure that back line is right. That midfield area now is going to be important as well. There's João Gomez and Andre in there. But the lads at the back have just got to make sure they don't leave or let runners go.
Ball's winning it back on halfway. Bellegarde did well to flick that to Semedo, who's bundled over, but it's going to be a Bournemouth throw. We have just under 4 minutes, maybe 3.5 minutes until the end of the first half. There will be a bit of time to be added on. Ratada on the left-hand side, trying to run away from Bellegarde. Across goes Semedo, and that's going to be a Bournemouth free kick.
There you go, things like that. So look, it's just that we've gone a little bit lazy. And we're just letting Bournemouth dictate what we're doing throughout the game. Just do your job. If you're marking him, you don't have to dive in. Yeah, he's just stood across him, isn't he, Semedo?
Kind of went with it with his left foot rather than his right, didn't he? And mistimed it.
Well, what you're doing now is just inviting them just to put the ball in the box. That's the thing that you don't want them to do. You don't want to give them the opportunity that they can put that ball into that central area of between the posts and cause us a problem, because anything could happen. Because Semedo here has got an extra man at the back.
Cliver to take it, right-footed from pretty much on the left-hand touchline, 20 yards from goal. Whipped in towards the near post, stooping header away by Aït-Nouri. João Gomez challenging. Kirkes will lift it back down the left-hand side to Cliver. Aït-Nouri going to close him down. Aït-Nouri got a foot on it, and that's a goal kick.
Well played. I thought he was a goal. I know it's the other side of the pitch to us, but it looked like he just knocked it onto Clivert.
So it's all going off elsewhere. Ipswich have a goal back against Spurs. So 2-1 there. Joachim Andersen scored an own goal against his former club. Fulham 0, Crystal Palace 1. Fulham visitors to Molineux on Tuesday night. 0-0 between Arsenal and West Ham. 1-0 here. João Gomez looking for Totti to try and carry it over the halfway line. Leave it for Aït-Nouri. Infield to João Gomez. He got applauded by Matheus Cunha.
Yeah, it's about a bit of game management now as well, though. Making sure that you don't put the ball at risk. And I would still like to see them like moving the ball a little bit quicker. Still a little bit slow for me.
Oh, a nice little flick for Aït-Nouri, but Tavernier intercepted before Totti could get on the end of it. And then João Gomez goes sliding in. It's a silly challenge to make in the circumstances. And it's a yellow card.
You would have thought that he learned from his last one. He's sending off. He's put himself in danger now. There's no need for him to go to ground there for me. And you can hear the crowd around for us. They want to send him off. Why even let the referee make a decision? Just needs to calm down, Gomez.
Yeah, kind of missed him, didn't he? But it was the way that he chopped down.
Yeah.
Made it look worse than it actually was.
There's no need for him to go in for it. But again, it's self-inflicted from us.
Going to be getting 4 minutes being added on when the board goes up in about 30 seconds time. Tavernier to try and lift it forwards into the Wolves penalty area. Menezzi got the header away. Cliver on again by Hill. And Jose Sarr will come and claim it.
I'd still like us to play forward rather than just keep playing it across the back, because we don't look that comfortable when we are playing it across the back. I'd like us just to go forward here.
There you go, confirmation. 4 minutes being added on. Totti's on the charge again, up over halfway. The reverse pass infield for João Gomez. Low across the centre circle for Doherty. He's got Semedo out wide. Bellegarde just making the movement ahead of him. Doherty carried on. The ball goes infield to Cunha. Back here to Andre. A little 1-2 with Cunha. And then one with Bellegarde. And now Semedo to Santi at the base of the centre circle. To Totti on his left-hand side. This is where Wolves could make their extra man pay.
Yeah, it is. That's better. That's better. They've got a little bit higher up the field, and I don't mind them doing that. It's when they're doing it on the edge of our box that I'll get a little bit jittery with.
Cunha back to Semedo on halfway. A couple of yards to the right of the centre circle. Low to Santi, now to Totti. Doherty is still forwards. He was pointing where he wanted it, but it goes to the left-hand touchline to João Gomez. Back into his own half to Totti. Now with Santi. Cross to Semedo, slotted in for Doherty for the time being. Bellegarde out wide. Infield to Andre. Facing his own goal. Back to Sarr. Sarr, the pass out to the left-hand side to Totti. Closed down quickly by Tavernier. Out of play, looking for João Gomez. And what I don't understand, Tomo, why they're playing around like that at this stage of the game.
No, and I just think we cause our own problems. We do not look comfortable at all doing it. And again, opportunity to throw the ball into the box now again. But it's because they don't move it quick enough. They allow Bournemouth to squeeze up, but they've got to look forward sooner or later. They can't just keep playing it across the back.
Well, ball slipped out of his hands, and that's allowed Aït-Nouri to volley it clear, and João Gomez is chasing it. Cook and Kirke's got in each other's way, and the ball continues on into the half, and then as Cook swung an arm at João Gomez there. I'm going to stop the play for a second. João Gomez needing a bit of attention.
Well, I remember Cook getting sent off. Was it here as well?
Yeah, this game last season.
Yeah, I remember him getting sent off. He can be a bit fiery.
He kind of just leans into him, but he knows what he's doing. He knows that João Gomez is coming towards him. He just kind of stands his shoulder into him. Bit unnecessary. About a minute to go with the time being added on. It'll be a drop ball for Bournemouth. Out on the right-hand touchline.
I thought it could have been a mixture for the two of them. I thought it was contested still.
Goes all the way back to Kepa. Final minute at the half then. Ball launched forwards. Doherty heads it back over the halfway line. Picked up by Hill. Pass ball's looking for Tavernier. Totti intercepts. Aït-Nouri. Back to Totti. Didn't take any risks at this stage. Aït-Nouri infield to Andre. Back to Aït-Nouri. Andre back to Totti. To Santi on the edge of the D of his penalty area. He's going to look to knock it long for Cunha, and Kepa's a long way out of his penalty area. Volleys it back to the halfway line. Semedo will let the ball bounce out of play for a throw.
I'd rather see us do that than keep playing it across the back, because we don't look comfortable. And I've said this many a time about the pace of the ball. We don't pass it quick enough to pull teams around, and it's playing into Bournemouth's hands a little bit by allowing them to close us down. Now, we've got a situation where we've got an opportunity to take this onto them.
Well, half-time whistle goes. Wolves in front, thanks to Matheus Cunha. 4 goals in 4 games. Ilias Zabani sent off for the home side for a challenge on Rain Aït-Nouri. Referee Michael Salisbury sent to the screen by VAR Stuart Atwell, and he deemed it serious foul play. Home fans unhappy, home players unhappy, away fans and players in good spirits.
Without doubt. And look, at times I thought that we've done better in this game than we did at the Molineux. I thought that for the first 5-10 minutes, I thought the ball just were swarming all over us. Then all of a sudden, we actually put our foot on it. And we got ourselves opportunities. We had 3 attempts at their goal when it was 11 versus 11. And all of a sudden, then we've started to come into it. And you could see that Bournemouth were a little bit concerned because they dropped another 5-10 yards when they were playing. And that's the thing that matters, is making sure that teams don't just think that you can apply everything across the back. But I just think that sometimes it's self-inflicted with the pace that we play across the back. I'd still like us to play forward a little bit sooner. But look, they've got themselves that goal, and that's what we wanted. We wanted Wolves to get in front, and they've done that.
They had a couple of opportunities early on in the game, Tomo. Actually, the first 5 minutes were pretty hairy, weren't they, in terms of Wolves being pushed back. But first attack they had, Nelson Semedo cut in from the right. Low shot hits the foot of the post, and Bellegarde's follow-up brilliantly saved by Kepa. And even though there was a diving save from Kepa to deny Matheus Cunha with a curling effort. Totti had a header 6 yards out from a set piece. They've created chances. Wolves are actually, you could make a case that they're worthy of this league.
Yeah, of course they are. So after that first 5-10 minutes where Bournemouth were well on top, all of a sudden we just find our feet a little bit, start to put a little bit of play together, and it caused them problems. Semedo down that right-hand side, cutting inside, hitting the post, and then the follow-up from Bellegarde, but Kepa was saving from it. And I think the Totti's a good opportunity as well. He's headed it too well, if anything. Just needed a glancing header. But look, we all know what happens if you break the rules or your tackles aren't as good as what they should be. And you know that when you go to ground, you're in trouble. If you don't win that ball or you lift your foot off the floor, you're in trouble. And that's what happened with the sending off. And look, we just got to make sure we don't be silly. Gomez, we just saw a challenge coming from him. He doesn't need to do that. He's going nowhere. He's going out wide. He doesn't need to go to ground with the force that he actually did. It's a good job he missed him. But look, we got the goal. Great. I think it's still a good finish, mate, because the ball was under his feet.
Yeah.
Keeper's coming rushing at him, and he was able to put it into the roof of the net. So good play from Cunha.
Yeah, excellent from him in that respect. I mean, we always pinpoint him before the game, and I still feel like he could be a little bit more influential in this game.
I think he can. I think especially now where they've changed their formation, they've got a man down. His pace, his finishing, his movement can cause them places, but he's got to be the one who gets into those positions so we can find him. Because we always keep saying he needs to get into those little pockets so he on the half turn, because we know that once he opens his legs up and starts running, they're not going to catch him. And he's got the ability to put the ball in the net as well, which is very important to the way we play. Now we're 11 players against 10, 1-0 up. We make sure we don't throw it back. Their manager will be going through everything in there to get them back into this game. We need to make sure we don't give them a chance. That passing across the back is too slow. We need to move it quicker, and I'd like to see us go forward a little bit sooner as well, because there's times that we just touch and go where we make mistakes, and all of a sudden we're in trouble. We've done it throughout the first half, and we've got to make sure we do it in the second half as well.
I don't know whether it's natural Wolves pessimism, Tomo, but I just get the feeling that 1-0 is not going to be enough in this game.
Well, a lot of times it's self-inflicted a little bit, isn't it? Where we take our foot off the pedal a little bit and allow teams, even though we've got 10 men, to come back into the game. We've got to more than match. We've got to make sure that back line is the same at the start of the game. That the strong, staying runners, they still stuck forward up front, even though they've got a player down. They were still brave to try and get Wolves to make a mistake into there. And they want Wolves to play it across the back because, say, the tempo of the passing allows them to go and close it down. And we've seen it at the Molineux. We've seen it a couple of times today already, where they're inviting you to make a mistake. Sometimes just turn them around. We've got pace up front. We've got players out wide what we can utilise as well. Semedo and Ait-Nouri, use him.
Well, interestingly, Jürgen Strand-Larsen has just come out to warm up with one of the fitness staff at half-time. So are we going to see a early substitution from Vitor Pereira?
Is it a real number 9, or is it a false number 9 that he's bringing on?
Or is it a double 9? An 18?
I think they'll bring him on. 18. We're cheating then if we've got 18 players on, mate.
I mean, this whole thing about 6s, 8s, 10s, false 9s, actual 9s.
We've got a number 9 now, and he's got it on his shorts as well. So there you go.
And we may be seeing him, Jürgen Strand-Larsen, being put through his paces, potentially a change coming at half-time. No change in the commentary box, though. Tomo and I will be back after this.
Download the Wolves app today, the only place to watch live academy matches.
Wolves TV, the home of live uninterrupted radio commentary of every single Wolves game. But that's not all. Wolves TV also brings you extended and alternative match highlights, interviews with the team, behind-the-scenes features and training coverage, plus see every goal Wolves score from every angle.
From the volley over the goal! That is simply stunning!
So check out Wolves TV online at wolves.co.uk or on the move via the Wolves app.
Do you need support with your mental health? Life has been very challenging in recent years. With the COVID pandemic and cost of living crisis, we've experienced some difficult times. Wolves Foundation, the club's official charity, continues to run a Head for Health project, focused on helping adults improve their mental and physical well-being. For more details, email healthadmin@wolves.co.uk or call 07971 900257.
Are you looking for a space to entertain key clients? Got a special occasion coming up and want to treat the family? Or are you just looking to come and watch a game in style? At Molyneux, we've a range of matchday hospitality packages available for every Premier League game.
Well, so much involved in this.
From the pitch and city views of WV1 to the premium a la carte dining in the boardroom, there's something for everyone looking to elevate their matchday experience.
Oh, goodness me!
To find out more and get yourself booked in, visit the hospitality section of wolves.co.uk.
Due to huge demand, Wolves Museum is now opening on Thursdays. Opening times are now Thursday to Sunday, 10:30 to 4:30 p.m. Take a walk through the history of Wolverhampton Wanderers and marvel at our extensive collection of Wolves artefacts. Only £10 for adults and £5 for under 14s. With new exhibits opening all the time, there's plenty to see in the Wolves Museum, so book your trip through old gold history at events.wolves.co.uk.
There's nothing quite like that winning feeling.
Would you believe this? And the goal is given!
Now you can be a winner too with Wolves Lottery. There are loads of cash prizes to be won every week, as well as the chance to win unique money-can't-buy experiences while supporting charities locally and throughout the West Midlands.
Oh, it's a stunning game! It's a stunning moment! Brought to you by a stunning football team!
From only £1 a week, what are you waiting for? Sign up now and you could be our next weekly big winner. Go to wolves.co.uk and select Lottery to find out more.
You've experienced the thrill of Molyneux on a match day. Now go behind the scenes with our exclusive stadium tours, taking you from the stands to the dressing room, see when the team don the old gold, and take your chance to walk out that famous tunnel into the Golden Palace. Book online, and you can even book your own private VIP tour for up to 20 people by emailing museum@wolves.co.uk.
Wolves Foundation is the club's official charity, delivering a range of projects across the local community. The foundation is only able to work across so many different areas thanks to the generous support of funders and the general public. Can you help? Text Wolves and then the value of your donation to 70085.
Get the latest news from Molyneux as fast as it happens. Find our regular quickfire podcast, Wolves Express, via wolves.co.uk or wherever you find your podcasts.
The Wolves app, the home of Wolves online and on the move. Get the latest news, video, podcasts and what's trending. Plus, listen to men's and women's first team commentaries and watch the under-21s. You can even check out the latest merchandise offers from the club shop and create your own highlights. Plus, bid on unique match-worn memorabilia with Wolves auctions exclusive to the Wolves app. Download it now for iOS and Android.
Wolves records. Things just got loud.
Take the stress out of getting to the game with Wolves' only official off-site matchday parking at the University of Wolverhampton Science Park. Only £8 per match and only a 10 to 15 minute walk to Molineux. It's the perfect place to park for hassle-free entry and exit on a match day. Go to tickets.wolves.co.uk to score yourself a spot.
Do you want to get more active? Wolves Foundation, the club's official charity, runs an Active Through Football project, which helps people of all ages to improve their physical fitness. Sessions are fun, friendly, and have real positive results. To find out the range of activities on offer, contact Liam Turner at wolves.co.uk.
For a regular quickfire update on everything Wolves, search Wolves Express wherever you listen to your podcasts.
The idea of professional soccer in the United States, no one had ever really thought about that. So soccer was dead, and then the Wolves come along.
It should be explained that the United Soccer Association gave North America its first taste of internationally recognized professional soccer in 1967.
Wolves in the 50s were very, very successful. It was the golden era, if you like. It was us and Manchester United. They were the glamour team. We were the scruffs from the Black Country.
The 1966 World Cup was carried by satellite into the United States. So a bunch of sportsmen thought, oh, great. Next great sport, start a league.
I mean, I'd never been out of England. I hadn't even been to Wales.
They said they were touring like a rock band, zigzagging across the country.
Just a completely different world.
People were saying, you want some weed? And we thought we're in trouble here.
Free love, flower power. What more do you want?
And the Whips and the Wolves met in a championship playoff game at Los Angeles' Memorial Coliseum to climax the United Soccer Association's inaugural season.
It was madness. Just the game never seemed to stop.
You didn't need a ball. We're just getting each other.
Now, the match they played has been rated by many observers as the greatest soccer game ever seen anywhere. And we're convinced that you will agree with that conclusion after viewing this film.
There is that legacy.
So two teams are out. Sorry, we'll cut short our preview of LA Wolves just to tell you that Jorgen Strand Larsen has come on for João Gomez at half-time. Mateus Cunha is going to get us back underway. No changes from Bournemouth. So Wolves playing from left to right as we look at it. Second half, opposite side if you're watching on TV and listening to us wherever you are around the world. Mikey Burrows and Andy Thompson with you. With Wolves leading by a goal to nil. 45 minutes to see the job through and extend this unbeaten run on the South Coast and take home a very welcome 3 points. Larsen's first contribution, trying to play it back to Bellegarde, who was fouled on halfway.
Yeah, and just initially with that Saw there, just playing it from the back. Okay, I'm fine with playing it from the back, but you've got Larsen up front now. Use him.
Semedo on the right-hand touchline will settle for the throw. So Wolves with Sarr in goal, Doherty, Santi and Totti, and Semedo, Andre, Bellegarde and Aït-Nouri, with Manetzi supporting Strand Larsen and Cunha, who are a bit more narrow as a front two now, Tomo.
Yeah, but it gives you the focal point more so now as well, Larsen. You can mix it up a little bit. I'm just watching this from the back here with Totti, and he's done exactly what I said about going a little bit more direct.
Strand Larsen with a shove in the back of Kirkes.
Yeah, you know they're going to go to ground. Yeah, so look, as soon as that pressure comes.
Kepa's in goal for Bournemouth. Now they have Cook, Hill, Howson and Kirkes as a back four. Doherty wins the long ball forwards meant for Semenyo. Manetzi trying to play it on here for Larsen. He's done well to hold that up, and there was a pull of the shirt by Howson.
Yeah.
Free kick on halfway.
Yeah, well done. And that's what he's come on for. Just that. Ball played up to him, and can he hold it up for us?
Tavernier and Christie are kind of a midfield two, and then you've got Watana, Semenyo and Cliver. With Cliver and Semenyo as the two most advanced. Oh, not a good free kick that by Doherty, intercepted by Tavernier. Over the halfway line, Totti steps in and wins it from Cliver.
Well played, Totti. Good defending.
Cunha goes past one, midway of the half, trying to drive on again, up towards the edge of the box, just about found Manetzi. Cunha gets it back again, taking it out to the right-hand side and support from Semedo.
That's what we want to see from him, just exactly that, getting us up the pitch.
Totti's pass forwards, Aït-Nouri. Just holding it away from Hill, infield to Bellegarde. It's flicked forwards and Bellegarde was blocked off the ball. Cook passing infield to Christie, back to Howson, just on the right side of his penalty area, closed down by Larson. Across to Kepa, looks to try and lift it forwards. Manetzi will be able to head it on. Cunha with a flick on. Kirkes heading away. Manetzi finding Aït-Nouri. Loose pass by Manetzi, intercepted by Semenyo. Andre with a good foot in.
Well played, Andre. That's what you can't do. You can't give away the ball so cheaply there.
Doherty to Semedo. Doherty's continued on. Semedo with a 1-2 with Cunha. Trying to flick it on here for the run of Larson. Right inside of the box. Howson at his back. Being forced outside the area. Pulled back to Andre. And now all the way back to Santi. Low across the centre circle for Totti. We've played 3.5 minutes at the start of the second half. Wolves leading by a goal to nil. Remember, they have a player advantage with Zabani sending off in the first half.
What's he doing, Saw?
Left it very late to kick the ball downfield with Cliver trying to close in. Cook's ball down the line. Totti will get there ahead of Tavernier and play it back to Sarr. No need to take any risks.
You would have thought that he would have learnt that from the last game.
Here's Larson. Trying to play the ball in field. Manetzi driving on into the penalty area, onto his right foot.
Well
Shot deflected off Howson for a corner.
Well played from two attempts there. Larson getting himself on the end of it and having the initial little ball inside to Manetzi. A great little reverse pass to him. Just wouldn't fall nice for him. He just tried to get away from the defender. But that's what he's going to offer us, isn't he? Get him forward. Supporting Larson.
He's already got a song, Marshall Manetzi.
You've been singing it?
Not the most difficult songs, Oh Marshall Manetzi, but it'll do. It's a work in progress. Cunha's corner, right-footed from the right-hand side. Delivered into the near post. Manetzi was not far off connecting. It's another corner. So all of a sudden, Wolves have much more of a physical presence in there. Totti, Doherty, Manetzi, Larson, Santi. Aït-Nouri's going to offer for the short. Andre and Bellegarde on the edge of the box, should it be cleared to them. Cunha's delivery, headed away by Cliver. Semedo will win the race to the loose ball. Back out to the right side to Mateus Cunha. Brilliant pass to thread it onto Doherty. Whips his cross in, just behind Santi, who was trying to do a scorpion kick. And now the straight ball through the middle. Tavernier. Bellegarde does brilliantly to get his body across him.
Well played.
And play it back to Jose Sarr.
Yeah, well played.
Nearly 6 minutes gone at the start of the second half. Long kick forwards from Semedo. Kirkes playing it back over the halfway line for Watana. Intercepted by Andre. Manetzi for Cunha. Now Manetzi again, and he needs no second invitation to drive forwards. We'll find Totti. Clever way of keeping hold of the possession there.
Well, those first 6 minutes, I've noticed that they've gone a little bit direct at times, and that's what they've got to do. He's there for a reason. Oh, Semedo was in as well.
Oh, Cunha just trying to help it on here for Larson. Larson up towards the edge of the penalty area on his right foot. Shot deflected by Watana and behind for a corner.
Well, Larson had Semedo as an option. There's no way he was passing it, was it? He wants himself a goal, but
huge gap in the middle of the Bournemouth defence, and Larson then used that closing of the two defenders to shape it onto his right foot.
Well, I thought Cunha had lost that opportunity. So I thought that he was going to break. He was just falling over, lost his balance, but he was still able to pick that pass out.
Another corner. And we'll start to make these count. Cunha again, right-footed from the right side, in towards the near post, flicked on, and it's going to be a corner again.
I don't think the referee was too sure that he's looking at everybody. But he looked like it definitely come off a Bournemouth player. He's got to beat that first man now, Cunha still. Well, you're looking in that box now as well.
Santi and Larson in front of the keeper that Michael Salisbury doesn't like at the moment.
Well, Larson's probably the biggest player on the pitch now. There's going to be a nuisance in there. Just put it in there.
Cunha again, right-footed from the right-hand side, clips into the near post, off Kirkes. Cliver will try and launch the counter-attack. And he's run it up over the halfway line, chops back infield. He'll drag back for Christie. He went the sliding challenge of Andre. Ball has stayed in. Christie down the Bournemouth left, lifts his cross in. It's all the way through the penalty area.
Was it Totti got an header to that?
Comes to Cook, right-hand side, pulled back for Hill. First time cross from him. Good header away by Semedo. Cunha on the turn, loses out to Kirkes. And Cunha's going to be penalised for grabbing hold of Christie.
It's going to be a yellow card, I would think. Is he going to give him it?
Not so sure.
No. Even though the Bournemouth players are asking him for one.
Wasn't a huge grab by Mateus Cunha.
He's put his arm around him also and grabbing him, hasn't he?
A chance for Bournemouth to try and lift it into the penalty area. It's about midway inside the Wolves half. Have a side to the left of centre as you look towards goal. Cliver drilling it forwards, headed away by Doherty. Pass by Cook, infield to Cliver. Wolves are very deep here.
Yeah, they are.
Cliver lifting it towards Kirkes down the left-hand side, 10 yards from the corner flag. Manetzi with a block. It will be a Bournemouth corner.
Yeah, this is what they've got to be make sure careful. They're trying to be cautious about what they're doing, but they can't afford to keep dropping and getting that deep.
Corner right-footed from the left-hand side from Cliver. Everybody in gold back to defend. Goes deep towards the far post. That came off Semedo, I think, again. Not fully clear, just hooked away by Andre. Cook will try and put it back high towards the edge of the box. Christie nodding it backwards to the edge of the centre circle to Kirkes. Wide out to the left-hand side to Cliver. Looking to run at Manetzi. Manetzi still backtracking as Cliver chops back infield. Bellegarde was there to help him. And he'll just smash it downfield.
Yeah, we've got to get out though. It's too deep. It's too deep and they're still playing the ball to one of their players in our half. Got to get up.
Christie across to Hill. Need to knock it long up early towards Watana, who brings it down, but Jose Sarr managed to dive on the loose ball.
I mentioned in the first half, you've got to make sure you're doing your job now. Tracking runners, defending. There's no need. There's nothing changed for us at the back. But you've got to make sure somebody's got one of their players if the ball's coming through there. They'll still go pretty direct.
Oh, a lovely turn by Bellegarde. Up to halfway. Has to turn again and find Aïnouri. Infield to Andre. Now Cunha, left-hand side of the centre circle. Brilliant through ball. Semedo into the penalty area. Nelson Semedo and the low shot straight at Kepa.
Oh, I think he's got to do better. I think he's got to do better there. That was pretty easy for Kepa. If anything, he could have rolled the ball square to Larson as well. What was the last? You're looking at when's the last time he scored, aren't you?
118 games in the Premier League.
Yeah. Well, we're getting caught here a little bit too much for me. That's too easy. That's too easy.
Semenyo is offside, though.
Yeah, but that's too easy for me.
Yeah, the best part of 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
Nuno's final game was the last time Nelson Semedo scored in the Premier League.
Well, Semedo's not prolific, you would say, then, would he?
He did score against Brentford in the FA Cup in January of 2024. So it's been 43 appearances since that goal. So you could say he's due. Unlikely as it is.
Yeah, we've just switched off a little bit now. We're thinking because we've got an extra player by the look of it that it's going to be easy. This Bournemouth side is still a good side. But they seem to be the team who are going forward a little bit more.
Ball clipped forwards by Christie. Kirkes, left-hand side of the penalty area. Blocked off by Doherty.
Yeah. Minitsi, so look, he's not even tracking him. Kirkes down this left-hand side. Nobody tracking him. He's got to stay with him.
Cliver with a corner, right-footed from the left-hand side. Cunha eventually the last man back to help Mark. Goes towards the far post. Sarr comes
Brilliant.
and claims it on the edge of the 6-yard box.
Brilliant from him. Done really well there. To just get him back to the way we're playing. At the minute, we're dropping a little bit too deep for me. We're allowing Bournemouth to get too much possession. We're not near closing down. We're the team with the extra man.
Oh, Sarr, the slice clearance. He's
just
got lucky that it's come off the
does.
top of the head of Watada. Semedo was at his back to him. He didn't realise that was meant for him.
I don't think it was. But we just need to get that spark back in our stride at the minute, because at the end of the day, we're not tracking runners. We're allowing Bournemouth to dictate things what are going on at the minute.
Double change coming from the home team. In the meantime, Christie, dispossessed by Minetzi, back into his own half. Asante, we're going to get Brooks and Adams coming on for Hill and Christie in a minute. Bellegarde on halfway, trying to hold off Christie. Turning and finding Totti. Infield to Andre. Facing downfield, Aït-Nouri, Cunha. Back to Aït-Nouri, holding off Cook. Nice footwork, eventually found Andre. Totti wide for Bellegarde. Down the line looking for Aït-Nouri. Larsson's made the move already for him, but the pullback cross is a long way behind him and easily cleared by Watada.
He's better than that. That was not to anybody. So you can see that there's only Larsson. So like Semedo was trying to get in there, but that for somebody like him, he should be putting that right on the mark for me.
Aït-Nouri dispossessed by Cook. Important challenge by Totti. Stop the attack in its tracks, and here comes the double change.
I just think that we're just making it hard for ourselves at the minute. We're just not close enough for marking them down. We're not putting that pressure on them, which we were more so in the first half. They brought on more of a striker in Brooks.
It looks like they're pretty much going to play with Howson as a one-man central defence here, with Cook and Kirkes either side of him. So kind of maybe trying to match up Wolves a little bit more. Watada as the left wing back and Tavernier as the right wing back. And then Brooks can join Semenyo and Cliver in advanced positions. Semenyo on the right-hand side, being held up by Totti. And goes Aït-Nouri.
Well, at the minute, they're just edging it, aren't they, Bournemouth? We just need to step it up a little bit, because we're going to concede the way we're going.
Bournemouth with a chance for a long throw from the right-hand side. Tavernier goes short to Brooks and gets it back. Left-footed cross, headed away by Larsson from the edge of the penalty area. Minetzi trying to nod it forwards. Kirkes just about intercepted, but Semedo gets a toe to the ball. Cunha switching it across here to Larsson. Wolves have players running either side. Larsson looking up, feeding it onto Bellegarde. Left-hand side of the box. Early on, Minetzi. Oh, it's wide. From 5 yards out, Marshall Minetzi could have scored in each of his 3 Wolves appearances. He's getting closer and closer, but just not close enough.
You can't miss that. That could be the difference between you getting 3 points. He's got to score. He's got to at least hit the target. It's a great ball as well. Oh.
I think he was onside as well, Tom.
Yeah, he was. He's got to score. He's not going to... Out of all the chances that he's had in the games that he's played, that's the easiest one for me. It's come across him. I don't know if it's come off his heel or what, but you've got to at least hit the target.
Neri with the throw, 10 yards short of halfway on the Wolves' left. Gets it back from Larson, plays it off Tavernier. Referee's telling him no more time wasting.
Just throw it up to Larson.
Going towards Manetzi. Trying to force his way through, but Adams takes it away from him. Pass up to Semenyo, allowed to turn and look to run forwards. 25 yards from goal to Ouattara. Ouattara's left-footed cross is deep, too deep for Brooks, who will have to go and collect it by the right-hand corner flag. Coming back in field, finding Adams. Wide out to the right-hand side for Tavernier. Infield to Brooks. The reverse pass for the run of Cliver.
Well, I'm just
Santi
watching
is
here.
with him.
Sorry, I'm just watching here. They've got spare men on the edge of the box.
Santi sliding challenge, Bournemouth corner. Wolves hanging on in there with their 1-goal lead, with their 1-player advantage.
Yeah, they've dropped off the pace of the game for me, and it's allowed Bournemouth to come into it. Just got to step it up again.
Corner left-footed from the right-hand side. Brooks to take the in-swinger. Dangerously in, but Jose Sarr claims it.
Well done, Sarr again.
He's going to try and launch it downfield for Cunha to chase. Kirkes knows that's going to go out of play for a throw.
See, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. That means that the Wolves are higher up the pitch. He's still a little bit too deep for me. They shouldn't be allowed to have the ball in that midfield area and be so comfortable on it.
Here come Bournemouth down the right-hand side again. Tavernier turning back in field, finding Adams. Back into Howson, pretty much on the centre spot. Trying to play it high out to the left-hand side to Cliver. Cliver closed down by Semedo. Back in field to Kirkes. Howson low across the centre circle for Cook. Bellegarde trying to close in on him. It's lifted forward. Semenyo trying to make the run in behind. Santi thought he could get there. Ball's going to go out of play. It's a goal kick.
See, I'm just watching this. We're closing them down, their back players down, and it's just jog. You've got to put real pressure on them. They're allowed, or being allowed, to just play the ball forward with no pressure on them at all. We're just inviting problems for ourselves here.
So far, no movement from Vitor Pereira. There are plenty of subs warming up, but nothing imminent. Andre finds Doherty. Wolves need that second goal.
Yeah, they do. They do, but they've got to just up the game a little bit.
65 minutes played. Bournemouth 0, Wolves 1 on the south coast. Totti. 10 in from the left-hand touchline, up to halfway to Cunha. Tried to just flick it in the air for Bellegarde. He was dragged back by Cook. Free kick Bournemouth. Guest family are cheering on the mighty Wolves, sat in the motorhome in sunny Bridgnorth. At Mikey Burrows on X if you want to have your say. Crystal Palace are 2-0 up at Fulham. Still West Ham lead by a goal to nil at Arsenal, by the way.
Is it Bowen boy any chance, is it? Jared Bowen?
It was. There's Kirkes. Trying to lift the ball back into the penalty area. Aït-Nouri battling with Tavernier. And the ball's going to go behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, we just got to up the game a little bit at the minute.
Tell you what, that's slightly naughty, you know. One of the ball boys or the ball team over there, ball girl, rolled the ball on for Jose Sarr from a closer pass.
But he already had the ball in his hand at the time.
Cliver trying to get a flick on. Andre will poke it back, or Totti missed it. Comes through to Sarr, who tries to kick it left-footed. Helped on by Bellegarde. Cook wins it in the air. Totti heads it forwards. Aït-Nouri gets control of it. This is where Wolves can look to break. Bournemouth with a high defensive line. Aït-Nouri still carrying it through the middle of the half. Bellegarde to his left-hand side. Manetzi and Larson wait for the ball in the penalty area. Bellegarde closed down by Tavernier, goes back to Totti. Infield to Andre, now Cunha. Ready pass on to Manetzi. Into the penalty area, sliding challenge from Cook, sends it back to his keeper.
Yeah, that's better. That's better. At least they're trying to get that little pass through the defence of Bournemouth. Manetzi was just unfortunate that Cook was just slid in and just took the ball off him, but that's better play from him.
Past the midway point of the second half. Can Wolves find that second goal to make this feel a little bit more comfortable? If it will do that.
Well, they've had opportunities, haven't they?
Sarr trying to pass it out short. Santi clearing. Manetzi with a flick on. Cunha challenged, in goes Manetzi again. Strand Larson with a clever first-time pass to Semedo, and he'll look to try and chase down the ball again. Howson favourite to it, but
well played.
Knew he couldn't go back to the keeper because of Larson's positioning, so had to pass it out of play.
Well played. So good ball from Semedo, and Larson did really well there, blocking off his path, play it back. He only had one place to go because he knew if he had a touch, Larson would be onto him.
Here's Andre, Nelson Semedo. Back to Doherty under pressure from Cliver. Goes infield. We're going to be getting a debut from Nasser Jiga coming on shortly. And Scott's going to come on for Cliver. Here's Bellegarde down the left-hand side. Cross took a deflection. Wolves corner.
It's better play. Linking up down that left-hand side a lot better. I think Bellegarde still had a good game today. So he's worked hard.
Cunha going over to take the corner in front of the travelling Wolves support. Bournemouth understandably have everybody back. Manetzi, Totti, Doherty, Santi, Larson, Aït-Nouri, they're the targets. Whipped in towards the near post. Kepa punches it away. Aït-Nouri back out to Cunha. Aït-Nouri going for the reverse pass, but across came Brooks. It's another corner.
Yeah, Cunha's got to give him a better ball there, though.
It's going to be Santi Bueno who makes way for Nasser Jiga.
Well, he's the other one who's booked as well, isn't he?
Taking no risks.
No, they're not.
Cunha again. Corner right-footed from the left-hand side. And Wolves are going to make the sub now.
I'm surprised.
So welcome to Wolves and welcome to the Premier League. Nasser Jiga. He's waiting because he's got to put some tape over his wedding ring. Not ready to come on yet. And the fourth official is sending Santi back on. Cunha with a delivery in, headed away by Howson. Semedo launching it back into the air. Goalkeeper will be favourite. Comes and claims it. He spotted Brooks downfield, but his kick's not going to reach him. Bellegarde's header came off Cliver. Tavernier trying to poke it out towards Cliver on the right-hand side. Just turns back in field. Now a left-footed ball to try and switch the play. They've got 3-on-1 here. They left it to each other. Ouattara has it on the left-hand touchline. Whips across in. Santi getting the ball away. Kirkes allowed time to bring it under control. Turn, face downfield. 10 yards in from the left-hand touchline. Back to Howson. Gets it back from Tyler Adams. Wide again to Kirkes. For Cliver. Pops up on the left-hand side this time. Kirkes continued his run. Semedo with a block. Attempted cross. Santi's header away. Semedo will just put his foot through it to try and clear. Adams' header. Nodded down by Andre, but Adams quickest to it. Aït-Nouri wins possession. Looking towards Cunha. Blocked off by Cook. It comes to Bellegarde. And Bellegarde then surely dragged down by Brooks. He is free kick. And now Santi will be replaced.
And they're making the change as well. Scott coming on. Kluivert, is it?
That's what it was down to be. And that's what it is. "73 minutes played. Still lead now. I always feel, I don't want to make it feel too tense, but it is tense.
It is.
Because it means so much to us at this moment.
Well, it's massive. These 3 points are massive for us if we can hold on to it.
There's Kirkes down the left-hand side. Andre with the interception. Trying to hold off Scott. Looking for Bellegarde. Bellegarde with the early pass up towards Cunha, but Cook got there to intercept.
Got to give him a chance there. You've got to give him a chance. Scott was always going to be favourite for it.
Totti. Cunha has been left on the deck. Off the field. Here's Aït-Nouri.
Cook involved again, wasn't he?
Cunha still down. Andre for Totti. Cunha getting up to his feet, but still not on the field. And then, nearly given away to Brooks. Bellegarde's done brilliantly to win that back. Aït-Nouri. Trying to play it here for Bellegarde.
Things like Bournemouth are going to gain nothing. So you just got to get on with it.
And Scott managed to nip in between Menezzi and Andre. Totti playing it forwards. Cunha's just not in the game at the minute. Cook's pass forwards. Semenyo back to him. Larson nearly stealing it. Cunha nearly stealing it. Somehow, Bournemouth, it's like a magnet.
They're the 50-50 challenges you've got to win. Say Bournemouth have had 4 tackles there, don't come out with the ball on all of them. That's the ball you've got to win for me.
Howson's big high ball to try and switch the play from left to right. Challenge in from Giga. And another in from Menezzi. Adams found Kirkes. That's the left-hand side to Ouattara. Closed down by Semedo. Ball comes backwards to Kirkes, midway inside the Wolves half. Now Tyler Adams. Out wide again to the left-hand side to Brooks. Trying to stab it forwards. Kirkes has made the movement. Left-hand side of the box. The pullback. Andre with a brilliant interception. And Menezzi flicks it for Doherty, who tries to lift it forwards towards Cunha. Headed down towards Semedo. Up towards the halfway line. Oh, Semedo taken out by Brooks. Poor challenge. Right in front of Vitor Pereira. And it's just a warning for Brooks. I think it was knee on knee from our angle here.
Well, put it this way, I don't think Brooks was going to let him past him.
Oh no, he just kind of kicked into his calf, didn't he?
He won't let him go away with the ball. So Cunha's still mounting to the ref. He's just got to get on with it. He's not going to gain nothing. We need you back.
Arsenal have had Miles Lewis-Skelly sent off, by the way. I'm sure they'll get that overturned.
For real this time.
Doherty's pass intercepted by Ouattara, but thankfully his ball missed Semenyo and went all the way through. Sarr finding Totti. Over the halfway line for Bellegarde. It's the left-hand side to Aït-Nouri. On halfway, turning infield. Oh, not too much there, Rayan. Almost lost it. Totti had to stab in on the ball. Don't take risks when you don't need to. Tavernier's ball forwards. Brooks going to run on the outside of Andre. Andre in with a challenge. And Andre celebrating in front of the Bournemouth fans as the ball goes behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, Andre did brilliant there, didn't he? So Brooks still moaning. Aït-Nouri's sitting down. Just showed his strength there, didn't he? He's just eased him out, hasn't he? He's just too strong for Brooks. Yeah, well played, Andre.
Brighton have a third goal at Southampton. And with Spurs winning at Ipswich, a Wolves victory here would take them 5 points clear.
That's
the
why
bottom three.
That's why everybody's nervous. That's why everybody's nervous. We know what it means.
Nuri still getting a bit of attention. John says this is all a little too stressful for my taste, Mikey. You and me both, my friend. You and me both. At the moment, Mateus Cunha's goal is the difference. And we're going to get Pedro Lima.
Yeah.
I don't think Rene Nuri can continue. Spurs have got a third goal. James Maddison with it. They lead 3-1 at Ipswich. Brighton lead 3-0 at Southampton. Crystal Palace lead 2-0 at Fulham, who are our opponents on Tuesday night. Wolves leading by 1-0 here. West Ham still leading against 10-man Arsenal.
Well, I think that we've got away with a couple of things in this second half a little bit. Last-ditch defending. We've inflicted a lot of it ourselves, I think.
We're going to get Sarabia as well.
Pedro Lima coming on in Sarabia. We just need something to just settle us down in the game.
Sarabia for Manetzi, maybe?
Got a chance.
That's a brave move, isn't it? Long kick from Sarr goes all the way out of play for a throw. It's not come up on my system yet who Sarabia's coming on for.
Well, we're down to 10 men at the minute as well.
Yeah, Nuri's walking round.
Yeah, and we haven't got the subs
the
on.
Field. So both sides with 10. Howson, 11 minutes to play. As the sun begins to set on the south coast. Tavernier, good foot in by Bellegarde, who's the makeshift left wing back. Out of play, now Wolves can make the subs.
Yeah.
And it's Bellegarde who comes off for Sarabia.
I'll tell you what, I like the way that what Bournemouth did. They tried to get on with the game before Wolves could make the subs. But the referee said no, he's got to bring it on. Bellegarde going off. Had another decent game today, hasn't he? Bellegarde done well in there. So there you go. Lima's going there to right back and Semedo's gone across to left back.
Well, Pedro Lima with his crossing ability. And Semedo just steals it from Brooks and looks to smash it downfield. That could be a get out for Wolves if they can get it to him. One good cross, one good header might seal the game. Doherty with a great challenge. Finding Cunha. Trying to step away from Adams. Wins the free kick.
He's not going to get the time though, Cunha. So like this Bournemouth side have got the bit between the teeth a little bit. He's just going to have to just try and be a little bit sharper when we're playing.
That's one of those free kicks where it's because of all the moaning Cunha's done all game. But he kind of finally he has got a grip on his shirt and things.
Yeah.
Lima on the halfway line. Trying to get away from Watada for Larson. Another foot in there by Kirkes. That's going to be out of play for a Wolves throw though.
Yeah. Just take your time.
Lima throwing it down to Andre. Turning away from Scott. To Totti. That's towards Sarabia. That's left-hand side to Semedo. Looking back infield to Andre. Further back to Totti. We have about 8 minutes 40 to go. Doherty trying to run it forwards over halfway. Infield to Cunha. Back looking towards Doherty. Tried to just poke it round the corner, but Watada got there. Cunha getting back across in front of him. Wins it back.
Well played.
Not strong enough though, Pedro Lima. Cunha again now being called into defensive duty. Lima infield for Doherty. Now to Andre.
Well played,
Spotted the movement of Cunha. Larson waits for it in the middle. Howson dived in, didn't quite get there. Here's Pedro Lima up to the edge of the box. He's trying to whip it across to Sarabia. Larson's kept it alive. Sarabia shooting, curling, not quite dipping enough.
Yeah. Take the hat off. Cunha doing that work. Well, he just signalled to the dugout there. They're about being subbed there, Cunha, I think. I don't know what he was doing there.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone with energy. Big puff of the cheeks. Kirkes' long ball forwards. Watana's header in field. Giga's missed it. Semenyo trying to strike. Little deflection and cleared away by Totti. In goes Larson to rob it from Adams. Andre for Pedro Lima to Manetzi. Pedro Lima passing into the feet of Cunha. Cunha turning. Reverse pass a little bit behind Larson in the centre circle. 7 minutes to play. 7 torturous minutes.
What a massive 7 minutes though for our season so far. I know there's still plenty of games, but this is a big, big result if we can get it.
Manetzi for Cunha. He's trying to thread it on for Pedro Lima, who's going to be offside.
Yeah, he wanted it earlier, didn't he? Pedro Lima just needed it to come. Probably 1 or 2 passes too many.
No sign of any more subs for Wolves.
No. You can see he's
Cunha
bent
is
over holding his knees.
Really puffing, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He made a gesture towards the dugout. Don't know if he was that I'm done or whatever.
Kepa with a long ball forwards. Doherty challenged in the air. Watara's header. Giga was muscled out of it there by Semenyo. Watana trying to cut in field. Runs into Andre. Finds Pedro Lima to Sarabia. Now for Cunha. Looking up. Only Manetzi ahead of him. Having to run left and just taken out of the game by Scott.
Oh, they can't just carry on. That's got to be a booking.
It is.
He's just so blatant with that one. He's got no intention of going for the ball there.
We have 5 minutes remaining. Plus time to be added on.
Well, then if he's struggling with energy levels, he needs to get like a drink onto him.
Oh, Wolves have lost it inside their own half. Semenyo driving forwards up into the penalty area. Got to be careful. Andre forcing him wide and forcing it out of play for a goal kick. What a game he's had.
He has had an outstanding game. But again, it's come from us trying to overplay, getting the ball nicked. You've got a big number 9 up front now. Use him.
Trying to see whether Puba Traore or Tommy Doyle are being ready. They're certainly thinking about something.
Well, they need to, because Sellock he's mentioned that he needs to come off by the look of it.
Larson is going to be dispossessed by Howson, who plays it back to Kepa on the edge of his penalty area. Cunha trying to close down Cook. Semedo putting pressure on Tavernier all the way back to Kepa. 4 minutes of the 90 remain. Still Bournemouth 0, Wolves 1. Down the left-hand side for Watana. Manetzi trying to get there. Kirkes just about beat him to it. Giga desperate to get there. Just about gets the ball. We needed Totti's help. And again, Totti for Nasser Giga. Infield to Cunha. Get back in position, Nasser. Semedo's playing out, having to play in the middle of the back three. Switched across for Doherty.
Well done. Better ball.
Headed away by Kirkes. Watana. Pass straight into the centre circle to Sarabia. Jefferson is going to come on for Watara in a minute, and I think we're getting Tommy Doyle. Yeah, we are, for Mateus Cunha. Sarr wide to Doherty, on to Sarabia. Sarabia's ball looking for the run of Larson. Flag stays down, Howson in his back. Pedro Lima with him. Oh, and he knocked it past him, Larson, but he couldn't get round Howson. And Kirkes got back to him. Flick on by Scott. Andre can bring it down. Turns and goes backwards to Nasser Giga. Oh, almost caught in possession by Semenyo. Sarr, Andre.
I don't know how much time he thinks he's going to get, but he ain't going to get that much here.
Here's Cunha. Trying to play it in towards Pedro Lima. Pedro Lima up towards the edge of the box for Semedo. On to Sarabia, right hand side of the area. Sarabia's cross deflected. Cunha goes in with a challenge on Scott. Free kick, and he knows that's going to be him going off. So Doyle on, maybe to try and bolster that midfield.
Yeah, I think so.
Sarabia will provide the chief support to Larson. Big high kick forwards. Giga wins in the air. Chest down by Sarabia to Doyle, who just lifted it to the halfway line. Howson's header. Scott just about evaded Manetzi. Doherty steps in. Doherty looking to play it early. Howson's header back to the halfway line. Kirkes will be challenged by Manetzi. Back to Howson.
Yeah, just got to make sure that we're tidying up, make sure that we're picking up runners, because they're still being brave and sticking four up against our back line.
Kirkes is passed down the line. Little flick from Tavernier. Kirkes takes it on down the left-hand touchline, lifts across in. Jose Sarr claims it.
Yeah, he's looked sturdy today, hasn't he, Sarr? I think that he's come out when he needs to be.
It's going to be 7 minutes being added on, by the way.
Oh, dear.
Sarr to launch it downfield. Larson trying to get in there in front of Howson. Manetzi gets it back from Doyle for Sarabia. He's got Tavernier at his back, who's just dragged him to the ground.
Yeah, clever play from him.
Free kick, couple of yards from the centre circle.
Yeah, clever play from Sarabia. He knew that there was going to come from pressure from him.
Good news, it's down to 6. 6 minutes being added on. We've lost a minute somewhere. So in added time, Doherty to Sarabia, up towards the edge of the box, onto Pedro Lima, little deflection, and Kepa got the save at the near post. Big kick downfield, Totti wins in the air, drops to Manetzi. Manetzi just about kept it away from Brooks. And Doyle holding on to it as Brooks, I think, stood on the ball, maybe?
I don't know if there's any contact there. I don't know if he was just upset.
Giga for Doherty. Trying to flick it to the right-hand side. Kept in by Kirkes. Cross comes Doherty. Sliding challenge. It's going to be a free kick and a yellow card.
I don't think he was anywhere near him then. But again, giving him the ball away. I didn't think he was near him, the player then. I think that he...
I mean, he kind of handballed it either.
Yeah,
so
yeah. But I don't think he's caught the player. I think the crowd was saying that. Don't know what Brooks has done. He just saw the replay of that.
So 5 minutes left to play. Still Bournemouth 0, Wolves 1. There was an attempted cross by Pedro Lima that was deflected into Kepa. Otherwise, it would have been a tap-in for Larson to seal the game. Free kick out on the left-hand touchline. Everybody back to defend the penalty area. Big moment. Scott's delivery. Headed away by Manetzi. Sarabia to the loose ball, trying to set it off for Doyle. Doyle racing up, uses support from Sarabia. Sarabia trying to drift it forwards. Larson is chasing. Kepper's going to get there outside of his box and just turned away from Larson. Still outside his area. Plays it short to Howson. Now for Scott to carry it over the halfway line. 4 minutes remain. Brooks down the right-hand touchline. Totti out there with him, cutting infield on his left foot. Low cross into the near post, turned away by Giga. Headed forwards again by Adams. Semedo has a bit of time. Left-footed is going to try and clear it up towards halfway. Larson nodding it on and has to chase it himself. Cook goes back to the keeper.
Yeah, just got to keep going. Just keep staying together.
Kirkes out to Tavernier on the left. Tavernier's cross from deep. Howson is forwards. Brooks arrived, but he couldn't quite get it back across goal, and it's behind for a goal kick.
Just take your time with everything now. It's a nervous thing there. Even my heart beating a bit faster now. Just watching this.
3 eternally long minutes to go.
Just need to hold on. Don't put it at risk. Just put the ball, turn it, put it into the channels, whatever it is.
Sarr taking his time. Launches downfield. Sarabia trying to challenge. He actually hit his back and dropped to Kirkes. Oh, Pedro Lima's stolen it. Pedro Lima up. Sarabia's there with him. Pedro Lima to shoot. Good save by Kepa, tipping it behind for the corner.
Well done. Well done, young lad. Pedro Lima there. Well, it's a good play from him, just stealing it, being on the front foot.
The bench, the bench were saying to Doherty, Giga and Totti, you stay there.
Well, if it was me, he wouldn't be coming out of that corner.
2 minutes to play. Doyle and Sarabia stood over it. It'll be Doyle to play it to Sarabia in that left-hand corner. Back towards Doyle. It's the midway point of the half, and all the way back to halfway to Totti, who was closed down sharply by Jefferson, and Wolves have ended up losing it. Sarabia in with the challenge. Manetzi in with just launched forwards by Scott, and out comes Jose Sarr to hoik it high into the air over the halfway line. Sarabia challenging with Scott, and the ball's going to go out of play.
Well done, Sarabia.
It's a Bournemouth throw. 90 seconds to go. Bournemouth 0, Wolves 1. Kepa midway inside his half, looking to try and launch it downfield for the 10 men. Giga wins it in the air. Manetzi, a rather tired flick back to the halfway line when he had time, needed a shout. Comes to Kepa, now to Kirkes, over the halfway line, 5 yards in from the left-hand touchline, looking to just drill it forwards into the penalty area. Howson's there, heads it on. Doherty with a header from the edge of the box. Doyle trying to clear, didn't quite get anything on it. Larson will just knock it forwards over the halfway line. Kepa comes forwards. 50 seconds left to play from the base of the centre circle. Launched out towards the Bournemouth left. Pedro Lima challenges in the air. Out of play for a Bournemouth throw. Tavernier getting himself set for it. We have 40 seconds left. Kirkes with the ball at his feet. Pedro Lima with a foot in. The ball rebounds further back towards the halfway line. Adams across the centre circle. Cook back to Kepa. Base of it. Playing it to his left-hand side to Tyler Adams. 25 seconds to go. Adams down the left-hand side to Kirkes. Pedro Lima is fouled off the ball. Wolves get the free kick, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that is enough to see it through.
Well played, the referee there. Taverna, so look, he's there. Taverna so just dragged him down there, Pedro Lima. And the referee spotted it, so well played, referee. As far as you can down in this corner. Just put your foot through it. Don't play it short. Larson, come over to this corner. Just challenge for it.
We're in added time of added time.
Yeah, I think the coaching staff has said exactly that. As far as you can, straight down in the corner.
Spurs are leading 4-1. Brighton winning 4-0.
Well played.
It's all over. A massive win on the South Coast. Mateus Cunha's goal in the first half. The difference between the two teams. Ilyas Sabani's sending off opened the door for Wolves, but they still had to force a way through. Mateus Cunha's fourth goal in 4 games did it. And then they had to dig in. Then they had to show their character and fight. And they did just that. The clean sheet is massive. The win is massive. It's given them a launching pad for the games to come. Bournemouth 0, Wolves 1.
It wasn't the most attractive game, was it? I'll say, look, it was about both teams just battling with each other. And say, look, it's one goal to split it. But what the Wolves did do, I know they've got themselves in trouble a couple of times. They defended really well. I think Sarr handling was really good today. When they needed to head of the ball, they got up there and won it. Look, I don't care about the performance. All I'm bothered about that they've got themselves 3 points. The other teams around them have lost today, so it's a great result for us.
The one downside is Cunha has some quite heavy strapping and ice on his right hamstring there. Let's hope that's just precautionary. I know he was a little bit of a doubt coming into this game. Didn't train yesterday. Let's hope he's okay. He's such a big player.
He's massive. He's massive for us. Let's say they played against an informed Bournemouth, so I know they're going to play a centre off, but that's some victory coming here and winning one, especially on the back of what they did to us at Molineux.
It's just 2 defeats in 14 for Bournemouth now. The only other team to beat them was Liverpool. And yes, as Tomo says, Wolves had a player advantage, but you still have to make it count.
Yeah, of course you do. Look, so I don't think it's been the best game we've played.
There goes VP.
But it's all worth the travel there as it isn't going back home.
Don't mind so much what happens in the Cup next week. We'll be back and there'll be a chance for Bournemouth to get revenge. But from Wolves' perspective, it's the Premier League that counts the most.
Those 3 points are the biggest thing we could have come away from here with. And that's what
Ipswich
we've
losing,
got.
Southampton losing, Leicester losing last night, all of which means Wolves are now 5 points clear. But with goal difference being as it is, Wolves minus 18, Ipswich minus 30, Leicester minus 34, that's worth another point onto it.
Yeah, it is. So you're looking there, 2 games. 2 games difference now with it.
They've got to win 2 more games than us in the final 12.
Yeah, exactly. And they haven't done that all season, have they? They haven't had, don't get me wrong, I think they've won a couple of games, but they haven't put any victories together at all. And I just think that they're the games that are going to be important to us. Your Southamptons, your Ipswich games. They're going to be the